Okay, today in 7th grade we're going to go over item number 14, and item number 14 is going to be something new and different that maybe you've never seen before. It is going to be called MAD. Not Mothers Against Drinking and Driving, but the mean absolute deviation. Mean absolute deviation. So when someone or something asks you to find the MAD, you're looking for the mean absolute deviation. So you may have seen, obviously you've seen the word mean, right? And you may have also heard the word deviation, such as in standard deviation. Another way I like to think about this is the mean average difference. That's the way I like to think of it because it makes more sense to me. So I'm going to put a little star down here, and I'm going to say the mean average difference, because that's basically what we're doing, is we're talking about the mean average of the differences of the space between the number and the mean of the data set. So this is how we find the MAD, or the mean absolute deviation. So let's talk about what it is. So both of these, they are used to tell how far on average all values are from the middle, because the mean should be somewhere in the middle, right? Alright, so number one, here are the steps to finding MAD. Our first step is going to be find the mean of the data. So first we're going to find the mean of the data, which is going to be adding them all up and dividing them by the amount of data in the set, right? And the second step is then for each value, we're going to find the difference. And I'm going to say the absolute value of the difference, because we don't want any negative numbers. The absolute value of the difference, so we're going to say no negative numbers. Between the data value and the mean value. And I'll give you an example of this in a little bit so you'll get a little bit better idea of what I mean here. Okay, so then the third step would be to find the mean of the absolute value difference. So we would say find the mean of the absolute value difference. So we're going to take those differences and we're going to take the average of those differences yet again. It's like taking a double average, right? What's the average, and then how far away from the average are each of the points in the data set. Okay? So let's look at an example, and maybe that'll help you understand the MAD even better. Okay, so here's an example. We have this data set. We have a set. Here's our data. In this data set, we have a 3, a 4, another 3, a 5, a 2, a 7, a 5, and a 3. Okay, so number one, we're going to find the mean. So we're going to add those up. So we'd have 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 7 plus 5 plus 3, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. So we're going to divide all of that by 8, and that is going to give us 32 over 8, which is equal to 4. So the mean of this data set is 4. So now for number 2, we're going to find the difference between for each of these values and 4. So we could say 4 minus 3, right? 4 minus the first one is equal to 1. 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. 4 minus 3 is equal to 1, and then this one's 5, right? So let's, instead of just taking the absolute value, let's just go ahead and put the bigger number in front. That'll make it easy, because then it'll be that'll be like taking the absolute value, kind of, right? There's a 1, and then a 4 minus 2 is 2, and a 7 minus 4. Notice I put the bigger number in front again, so I wouldn't have a negative, is 3. And we'll continue over here. 5 minus 4 is equal to 1, and 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. Remember, there's all of these are positive numbers. We're not arguing with any negatives. Okay, now we found all of the differences between the mean and the data points. The third thing we're going to do is find the mean average. So we're going to add up all of these mean averages of the differences, right? So we're going to add up all of these. 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we missed one. 1, 0, 1. Oh, we missed one right here. Add another one. And we're going to divide all of that by 8. Okay, so if we add up all these numbers together, that's going to give us 10 divided by 8. And if we do all of that, that is going to equal 1.25. So the mean of this data set is 4, and the MAD, or the mean absolute deviation of this, is 1.25. Okay? Now, hopefully that makes sense to you. What we're going to do now is you're going to go on to the link back in the Google Classroom, and you're going to go ahead and get that link. You're going to read through some more examples. At the bottom, there are going to be questions 1 through 10. You are going to click on each of those questions and write them down and record your responses, and those questions 1 through 10 are your homework. So today all we're really learning about is the mean absolute deviation, which basically means that we're going to find the mean, find the difference between the mean and the data values, all positive numbers, and then find the mean average of those differences, and that is the mean absolute deviation, or you might remember it as the mean average of differences. Either. As long as you know how to do it, you should be okay. So go ahead and get back into the Google Classroom, find the link that I put on there for you, read through that, take notes where you think it's appropriate, and then for the homework you're going to finish those questions 1 through 10 at the very bottom. If you have questions or you can't find it, let me know. Otherwise, get to the work. Thanks.